Everyone has been asking the question of like, who am I? All the time. I think that's a question that we run into every season, every age when we get older. When you're asking yourself, who are you outside of who you think people want you to be, when you're not performing, who is the real version of you? And what does that look like? When there's nobody around you, when there's nobody telling you what you should do, what does that look like? And so growing up, I would silence myself and then I made myself whoever I needed to be in order to feel accepted. I did this for years and I couldn't hear myself anymore. I couldn't understand my real opinions about stuff and I silenced myself so much that I no longer could understand what parts of me were real. I'm trying to seek approval, to not be rejected. I was losing myself. I was losing myself to the outside world and what I thought people wanted me to be. Or I couldn't figure out what was real and what wasn't real. It was like confusing to me. I was in an internal war with myself. And so I was people pleasing. I was, abandoning myself. I wasn't giving my real authentic opinions. I was, not setting boundaries. I just kind of allowed people to do whatever they wanted to do because, why? I wanted to keep the peace. I wanted to be whoever it was to be accepted. And that only hurt me more. The idea that I would be accepted by not being myself, it's like a paradox. It's like it's contradicting because like how is somebody going to accept you when you're not even who you really are? You're accepting a version of you that doesn't exist. Like how does that work? But for me, I thought giving up my real opinions, giving up the most authentic parts of myself meant acceptance, that was real. That's what I needed to do in order to feel good about myself. But it's a lie. It's a performance that I continued to do for so many years. And then I burned myself out. I was exhausted. I was depressed. I was tired. And I genuinely didn't like anything about myself. I couldn't understand how did I get here? I don't understand who I am anymore. And I was just confused and I didn't know where to start because I played this role for so long. how do you how do you know what to do and what's next? Like how do you know what is the real you? You don't. You have to learn from ground zero. You have to learn what you like, what you don't like, what are your boundaries, it makes you uncomfortable, what makes you feel safe. You have to really let go of all those things and all that validation, that fear of being rejected. It's scary coming out of it, it is, but it's the most freeing thing ever because you're not being something that you're not anymore. You're allowing your authentic self to come up, to show up, and know that you will be okay with or without someone approving you. You don't need to be approved by anybody. Actually, take back what I said. You don't need to be approved. You need to just approve it. You need to love yourself. You need to be the one that it's excited to show up and be who you are because you know who you are is the one and only. It's amazing. There's nobody like you. And we have this one life. And you're telling me we gotta fake it until we're gone. We gotta prove ourselves and we gotta, oh man, no. It's exhausting. I don't wanna do that anymore. I don't wanna play anymore. I wanna be me. I wanna be authentically me. I'm tired of performing. And so what, people don't agree with everything that I do. This is why it's not their life that they're living. They're living their life. They're in their reality and they get to do whatever they want to do. So why can't I do what I want to do? Right? Right? Why can't you do what feels good for you? And when you're in that, when you're performing, you feel protected because you feel like you're not showing the real you, the authentic self of you, but you're protecting yourself from allowing yourself to be real. You're not giving yourself the opportunity or people to know the real you. And how fair is that to anybody? Not even there's it's not fair to anybody, to you or to the other people that you're trying to live live through their acceptance or for the validation. I was exhausted performing all the time. I felt like this is not who I am. I don't actually like this. This isn't fun. I don't gain anything by being small or telling myself that I should do it even though I don't want to do it. 'Cause that's great. That's what's fun. It's forcing yourself, and I'm not talking about discipline. I'm not saying that you can't do stuff that you know that there's days where you don't feel like doing something. That's real. That happens. We are human. But I'm talking about when you silence yourself and when you do things that you know you don't want to do, that you know that are not beneficial for you. That is what I'm talking about. Not the discipline, but the one where it silences yourself. Um, I just didn't want to be rejected. I really didn't want to be rejected. I wanted people to accept me at all times. I couldn't fathom the idea of somebody not accepting me. So I wanted to play my role without me being consciously aware of it. Like I wasn't out here just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna pretend. I'm gonna pretend to be this person. No, it was a decision that I didn't realize I was making because I wanted the approval so bad that I would give up my parts of myself in order to be accepted. And um it's not fair, like I said, because the connections you have with people, they're not showing up as your authentic self, and they deserve to know the real you. They deserve to know who you are, and not because you want to be loved and not because you want to be accepted. That comes from real love, when people can see the real you and not this image that you have spent years working on to be accepted. That is not where the real love comes through. But we have conditioned ourselves to believe that if I play this role, if I do this way, if I act this way, if I act accordingly, people will accept me. Society will accept me. That job will accept me. If I just tone it down a little bit, if I just quiet myself down, I will be accepted. I won't feel rejected. I don't have to show myself. I don't have to be who I am. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? The rejection just hits too hard. I can't do it. And when I stopped playing that role, I could actually hear myself. I could actually listen to my intuition. I could see the difference between anxiety and intuition. I could see the real me that I've been suppressing for so long. It took a while for me to understand that that was me, that I didn't know what it looked like because I've been playing this role for so long. I just didn't know what I really wanted out of myself and what I needed. And it was just, and then it brought me back to me, and I got the peace that I've been searching for everybody else. I've been looking outside of myself for so many years. I got the peace that I've been searching for. I got the acceptance that I've been searching for. I got the confidence that I've been wanting. And like I said, it's such a paradox. It's such a weird contradiction because you go out there thinking that this is what you're gonna get, that you're gonna perform, and it's gonna be, you're gonna get that, but you absolutely get the opposite of that, and it's not real. It's just this. It's just, if you're not being you, you are robbing yourself the experience of authenticity. You're robbing yourself a great time, actually. Once you start to accept yourself and allow yourself to show up, the easier it will be. The easier it shows up. The faster you can be like, oh, I don't like that. The faster you can be like, oh, I enjoyed that. So it comes with practice. It comes with time. I still work on it to this day. I'm still working on how to say no. Sometimes I don't know how to say no. I still have to show up in certain situations that I'm still learning about. I'm still learning who I am. And you will forever learn who you are. It's a never ending process because there's so many versions of you. There's so many things to learn about yourself. Like you can go on and on for years. You could be however old you are and you're still learning. There's still things to learn. You're never one thing. And I think that's the amazing part about it being in this experience is that you get to experience multiple versions of yourself. You get to see, and that is such a beautiful thing, such a crazy thing to really fathom. I hope you guys enjoy this video and ask yourself, who am I when nobody's there, nobody's watching? Who are you? Who are you when you're not performing? Thanks, guys, for watching.